Guys, Ozzy here. Back today with the material list slash video for the arc weapons. This is just a video on the items required to actually build the weapon. The building process will come in a later video. That being said, parental supervision is required for this. A lot of these materials, not a lot, a few of these materials are slightly dangerous. There's razor blades and knives, as well as the glue. Second reasoning is also some of these things you'll need to be 18 to buy. So parental supervision is required if you're doing this at home and you are under 18. All right, guys, so let's get into it. The first item that you guys will need to purchase is the core of the sword. The core of the sword is the thing that you build the foam and handle and everything around. We use fiberglass rods. Any fiberglass rod will do. You can get them from a lot of different areas. Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart. A really good place to get them is Tractor Supply. They have a lot of different length and thicknesses of core for fiberglass. A lot of times they'll be marked as safety markers or driveway markers. This one's marked as a safety marker. You want to pick one up depending on what type of sword you're building. So if you want to build a sturdier sword with a thicker handle, you get one of the thicker rods. There's less of a bend to it. Whereas the thinner ones will give you a thinner starting point for a handle. And there's a lot more bend to it. Yeah, so that's the core. All it is a fiberglass core. You can use other things that are fiberglass, but these seem to work the best because they're just a base component. The next one is arguably the most important. It is the foam. We use the blue camping pad. You can buy these at Walmart. They're the Ozark'd Trail brand. Here are the dimensions for it. This is what the packaging all looks like. So you can only buy these at Walmart. Don't quite know why. Pretty sure it's just because they have the rights to it that nobody else can sell it. You can't even find it on Amazon. You can only find it on Walmart. So you either go to Walmart and find a pad. They're like 14 bucks. Or you just order it off of Walmart's website. This is what the pad looks like after it's opened. This is one of the scrap pieces we have. So this is the only foam so far that we've found that will work for these swords and keep them relatively soft. That's what it will look like after it's on the core. Yeah, so camping pad, it's going to be about 14 bucks a roll. With that roll, you can make a couple of swords. Forgot to mention the cores. The cores are not that expensive. You can get, they'll come in like 2 packs or something, or you can buy single ones. It will cost like $1 or $2, depending on which one you'll get. And each core, if you make short swords and cut them in half, then you can make about 2 swords out of these if you do it right with the core. Camping pads, as long as you are smart about where you cut on them and maximize the surface area of it, then you can make a couple of swords, or you can make like a few really big swords. So that is the camping pad. The next thing is the glue. We use DAP Weldwood contact cement. They'll come in cans. This is a slightly bigger can than we normally buy. They'll come in, I think they come in 8 ounces. They'll come in like 32. This is a 32 ounce. Yeah, so it's DAP contact cement. Just the original one. They have other types. There's a gel one. You're looking for a red can. It just says the original, then DAP brand. We've used other contact cements. You can try them, but as far as our tests have gone, the DAP Weldwood original is the best one we found so far. When you open the can, it'll be like a weird yellow liquid, a weird yellow thick liquid. Yeah, so that's the glue. The next thing you'll need is something to cut the foam. That would be the razor blades. You can buy them in all different shapes and sizes. So you have long blades. Jeff likes using those ones. I like using the shorter blades. One of the reasons for that is you can actually buy, the case is all broken on this one, but you can buy packs of like 50 for $10. I do believe you have to be 18 to buy those, so parental supervision required for this anyways. Have them help you buy the materials. Yeah, so razor blades you can get at any hardware store. We'll have different size packs. I'd recommend buying the big packs because the blue foam, for whatever reason, likes to dull blades as quickly as possible. So I usually end up using like 3 or 4 blades per sword. So you'll definitely want enough of those to make it through a sword. I'll explain kind of why you want that in the later videos, but the more blades you have, the better. The next thing you'll need is, for the handle, rope. We like using the diamond braided poly ropes, a bunch of different brands, or any really like boating rope. You'll see over here we've got a whole bucket full of ropes. Some of these thinner ones, you just want a nice type of like poly cord or something. I do not recommend using twine or any type of like tough string or rope for it. You want to use something like boating rope is the best stuff to use, but I mean, whatever works. But this is the stuff that we normally get. This is a little bit thinner of a rope than we get normally. This is the 1/4 inch. I think we normally go with the 1/2 inch rope. We're out of that for this right now though, but yeah, so depending on what size you want your handle is what size you'll get for not only core, but also rope, because the thicker rope you have, the thicker handle you'll have. So if you like a bigger handle for grip, then you'll get a thicker rope. If you want a thinner one because your hands are tiny or something, or you just like the feel of it, then you want to get thinner. Yeah, so that's for the handle. And then the last.
Hello, I'm Blaze Dahl, and I'd like to tell you about the Leatherman. This is a tool invented by Tim Leatherman in the mid-1970s. Tim Leatherman's goal was to create a pair of pliers and pocket knife and combine them into one, which is this. This is a Wave 3. However, it took 8 years for Tim Leatherman to create the multi-tool. He was rejected many times until Cabela's bought an order of 500 in 1983. I know they're used all over the world. If you'd like to learn more about these stories or more about Leatherman tools, visit leatherman.com today to learn more.
So after you guys find your rope, the last 2 things are, 1, you need athletic tape or hockey tape. This is a cloth style tape. You can find this at like sports stores and stuff, any type of like place that sells hockey material, hockey tape. Find it at a hockey store. So like Dunham's, they sell some of it at Walmart. Most places that I've found, like store wise, are pretty bad tape for cloth for like the swords, the place you want to buy it from. And they're not sponsoring me yet, but Howie's Hockey Tape. Howie's Hockey Tape is a site online. They sell all different types of rolls of tape. So they'll sell this is a normal roll, just 1 inch. This is the thicker rolls. This is 1.5 inches. I love these ones because it lets you use less of it, but at the same time, like it comes with the same length, but it's wider, so you end up using a little bit less of the length. It's a little bit more expensive for the thicker roll, but it's worth it. They also have all different types of colors: red, blue, gray, black, white. So Howie's Hockey Tape is the place to go for that. The last thing you'll need is any shape of cloth. Cloth is just for the blade. Doesn't have to be super fancy. Bed sheets work really well. You can go to like Joann's Fabric and just like buy fabric. I think the number one place that we found so far is going to any type of thrift store. So St. Vincent de Paul, Salvation Army, yeah, any type of thrift store, because they normally sell a lot of different fabric in bulk. Or maybe not bulk, but they sell fabric for a lot cheaper than what you'll get it at like actual stores. Walmart, Joann's Fabric, those are actual stores if you want like fresh, clean, new cloth. But anything will do. I've made tons of swords out of like bed sheets and pillowcases. I think we've made one out of a shirt before. You can use also for the cloth tube socks or any type of really long sock. Might look a little bit funny, but it works if you find one that's big enough. If you use the sock, I'd recommend a nylon sock. So that's all the materials you'll need to gather before you start building the swords. Just a slight recap. You have the core, you have the foam, you have the glue, you have the blades, the hockey tape, and the rope for the handle. Not a huge list, but it is what is required of if you want to make a sword. So, thank you guys. See you on the next video of how to actually build one.